Hey guys, my name is Sector. I will show you a really quick tip on Maya, how to automate a rotating wheel. It will be really simple, it will be also really fast, and it will really help you a lot when you are trying to animate a car or a motorcycle, a bicycle, or whatever that has wheels. Your animation, they are going to look more realistic and it will be really simple. So let's open Maya. I have already here a wheel that I model, and it belongs, of course, is a wheel for my car. So the first thing you want to do is to measure this wheel. We want to know which is the height of the wheel. So for that I will just go on a front view. I will go to my menu and I will go and create measure tools, and I will use the distance tool. So I will just click here. I will hold shift so the measure is totally straight and we don't have a wrong measure. I will see what is the result. So I have 5.89 for this wheel. Of course, this will depend on how you have your settings on Maya. So mine's are on centimeters, so this is 5.89 centimeters. That's okay. I will now go to my perspective view again, and this is really important that you have like the measure of your wheel, the height from your wheel is really important. So I will just put this one here. I just create a controller. I just create this basic arrow. You can create everything. It doesn't have to be an arrow. It have to be any kind of curve you want. It can be either if you just go here, create a nerve, you can create just a circle, and this one will work exactly the same. So yeah, just create an arrow. Okay, next step, we will want to go in key, set driven key, and I will go and set. The version of Maya I am using is the 2016, but I remember in older versions this set driven key was not in the key menu. It was another menu called just animation, and you will find it there. I am not exactly sure where, but I know it was on another menu. But if you have problems finding the set driven key, just go on help and find menu and type here set driven key, and it will tell you where to find it. So you have here the path where to find it, so just do that if you have in troubles where finding the menu. So okay, so my arrow that I create, my controller will be the driver, so I will load it as a driver in this window we just opened, and my wheel will be the driven. And actually what I just want to animate is this rotation. So in mine is the rotate X value. So I will just put this on 0, and just to make it a bit clearer or easier for me, I will just hide all the other values because I am not interested in all the other values. So I will just go here and lock and hide selected. So I just have the rotation in X. Okay, so I will load as a driven. We have both here. So now I will just select the translate X and rotate X when they are on value 0. If you see here, I select my wheel, the rotation in X is 0, and if I select this, my translation is 0. So basically what I want to do is like when I translate this arrow, the rotation has to, the wheel has to rotate. So that's basically what I want to do. So this has to be on 0. So when both objects are on 0, I will create a key. Okay. So now this is the important part. So we have the height of our wheel, which is 5.99. 89. We will open our calculator and we will just multiply 5.8928. We will multiply that for 3.1416, and it will drop this value 18.51. So this is the value, the translation, that when our arrow reach this value, our wheel has to do a complete 360 degree. So the rotation is like exact and is realistic according to our translation. So I will just copy this value 1851.28. So I will just translate my arrow. I will just copy this value. Okay, in my case I put it negative because I want my wheel to rotate to minus x, I mean in this direction. Actually this will not matter because our wheel will work like either we want to rotate it on minus or plus, but you could do it just either way. In this case I will just leave it on minus. So now I have my arrow in the distance we got from this value. So now I want my wheel, when my arrow is in this distance, I want my wheel to make exactly a 360 rotation. So now I have my wheel on 360 degrees, and I have my arrow on the value we got from the multiply from this value. So now with these two in that position, I will set another key. So if now you take your arrow and you translate, you see your wheel now it rotates, but of course at this point it stops when it reaches 0. When my arrow here reaches 0, my wheel will stop rotating. And also if I go to this value, when my arrow reach this value here, of course it will also stop rotating. So we don't want that. So we will have to basically make our rotation on the wheel just to keep looping. So we will select our wheel. We will go to the Windows, Animation, Graph Editor. I will close this window because we don't need it anymore. I will select the curves from my rotation wheel. First I will just create this to a linear, and we will go here, and if you take a look on the left corner here on the bottom is a pre-infinitive cycle. So we will select that one, and we will select also this one, which is the post-infinitive cycle. So if you see now our curves is infinitive cycle, so it will basically just loop. So now if we select again our arrow here, the wheel will continue rotating as long as we translate this arrow. So that's exactly what we want. I will place this again on 0, and yeah, I can delete this now. So just as you can see an example, now you will need to parent this wheel to the arrows so they move exactly when you are translating the controller. So you cannot, right now you cannot select this wheel as it is because it has already input value. So if I try to do this now, it will not work, or it will work but it will completely change your tangent from the object because it has already an input value. So is not working, so we don't want that. So I will just select the wheel, and in this I will just group again the wheel, so we have like another level of hierarchy. So I have this group of the wheel. Now I select my controller and I hit P to parent. So now when I translate this controller, the wheel will follow the arrow and it will be rotating, but the rotation is exactly the rotation it has to create for the size of the wheel. So the translation now, when you want to animate this, it will look way more realistic, or it will look totally realistic, like if you animate like just rotating random values while you translate the wheel. So yeah, this is what you basically have to do. I have here, I will just go back. Yeah, I have here the whole setup from this car, so I will just show you really quick. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I have done, as you see, I have done already all the wheels from this car. So what I can just do is like select all the car, make a group from all these, select the controller and hit P. I mean, as I say, I have previously done all the other wheels. Exactly what we just did with this wheel, I have done with all the other 3 wheels. So now when I select my controller, I can just translate and the whole car will be moving with these values. So wait a minute, something is not working. Yeah, okay, I see the problem now. It's a problem with the hierarchy, so the car is not moving. So what you have to actually do, if this is not working for you, like in my case it's not working, if I select here, okay, wait, I just have to delete the group I just made. I think we are already now there. Okay, the wheels are moving now with the controller. What I just did is try to group all of this and parent to the controller, which was not working because the hierarchies. You can see your when you open your outliner, I have already here everything, so I was trying to make another hierarchy and it was not working. So what is better is if you just create another controller like this one, you just go here and set create. I will just create another circle. You can create whatever you want. In this case I will just create another circle. I will make it quite big. Okay, so now I have a group for my for the car with the wheels and everything. I will just parent this group to this circle I just create, and now this circle is like the master of the group of the car. So now I can parent this one to my controller, and now the wheels should be working fine. So now when we translate this, now you see the wheels are moving while we translate the car. So I will just turn off the highlight, selection highlight, so you can see it better. So when I translate my controller, the wheels and the whole car is moving, and if you see the rotation of the wheels looks fine, it looks realistic, it looks like the wheels are not going faster than the car or faster than the translation I am doing. And yeah, so now you can just simply animate this. You can just create a keyframe here and just translate your car here, and now you have your animation and the wheels are moving just fine. You can also attach this controller to a motion pad, so if you want your car to be animated on a curve or something, you can do just whatever you want with this. So yeah, that's the quick tip. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope it really helps you to create better animations for your vehicle. So yeah, if you enjoy it, just keep in touch, because I will be uploading more tutorials, and yeah, have fun doing your animations.